Buenos dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it? You already know. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Like Westwood or Royd have it. Bye. We back at it. Look, in a Menudo style of direct fashion, we're going to get straight to it. But before we do, let's hit that like and subscribe button. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directed to the dope content that I'm kicking. And I highly appreciate all the support and all the appreciation I've been getting, man. Believe me, it means a lot to me. Now, you see the thumbnail? What the hell is Gunner talking about today, right? I'm going to get serious, right? I'm going to tell you guys a story. It might take a little bit of a minute, man, so sit your ass down. Or if you're a truck driver, turn the radio up, right? Because it's going to get real. There's been plenty of times I've been set up, man. You know, and I mean in a real way. It's different if you're set up to get beat up or set up to get robbed, jacked, whatever. I'm not going to sit here and say shit can't go tricky, shit can't get bad, because it does, man. It really does, right? Anything can happen on any day. Like I said, man, someone could drop a pillow out of a fucking 100-story building and a feather land on your head and crack your mask. And then that's it. So you just don't know what the day brings. But being set up's never a good situation. You know, being targeted to be hit or killed, man, is an even worse situation because the outcome is always fatal, right? There's been a few times, man, either my mind was playing tricks on me or I was 100% for sure that I was going to be hit, right? And look, to be totally honest with you, man, a couple of them times that I thought, you know, it was going to happen, you know, it's been confirmed that it was. You know, people were out to target me. And whatever, man, that was part of gang living. I was living in a different level than a lot of other people. I was doing things at a different level. I was hanging around with serious individuals. When you hang around with serious people, you do serious crime, serious things. They're trying to seriously cover up their tracks, man. And you know that old story, man, leave no witnesses. Even if it's a good camarada, a good homeboy, solid, he's got to go, bro. At the end of the day, man, I remember me and my tata used to say that it didn't matter what homeboy we were with. If we happen to do some dirt, I don't give a fuck if I grew up with this guy. And this is the tricky situation about the whole thing. This shows you the cutthroatish shit, you know, when it comes to the gang living. I used to say, bro, it doesn't fucking matter. I'll hit him. It is what it is. Got to go, right? It's him or me, and I ain't going to jail. So, anyways, let me tell you guys a story about what happened. And it's crazy because sometimes you suppress memories. You know, a lot of people say, damn, Gunny, you went through some shit. You have a lot of stories. And I do have a lot of stories. And whether you choose to believe them or not, that's totally up to you, man. I'm not here to make you do anything other than entertain you and listen. But this one I had forgot about. And earlier I was making breakfast and I thought about the chick and I go, oh shit, that's a story I've never told on YouTube, man. About how this chick and her brother try to have me killed. They both try to hit me, right? So let's go to the beginning. So I meet this chick at a Livingston, right? At a Levi's. We get together and we're living with her family and the struggle's real, man. I'm not going to lie. I didn't have no job, man. I wasn't trying to get a job. I was dirt bagging it, man. I was trying to sell dope. I was living day to day, right? But, and this type of chick, you know, now that I think back, why was she even with me? I remember we used to wait on her to get her food stamps. We used to wait on her to get her welfare check. And immediately she'd go to the taco truck and get us burritos. And that was like the highlight of our month, man. And then she'd go and steal from me and bring me back cosmetics and things, man. It was really a tricky situation. It was really a bad situation. And I wasn't trying to progress. And now that I think, what was this chick even doing with me? What did she see in me? And the reason I was on that level was I was on the run, man. I was on the run. And when you're on the run, you can't get a job. There's only so much you can do, man. I should have just turned myself in, went and did my little bit of fucking chunk of time, and then got out and was able to wiggle. But instead, like a dirtbag, I'm living with this chick's family and whatever. So, prior to me getting locked, prior to me meeting this chick, I guess she was kicking it with this dude, man. It was her homeboy, so she says, right? They used to smoke Yes-Ska together. He'd come over kicking now. Come on, man. I was born in the daytime, but not yesterday time, right? Come on, guard. I know what's up. So, I was aware that, you know, there was probably more going on before that. And I'm not going to lie, man, at that time I was a very jealous individual. I was the type that if a motherfucker was down the street whistling, I thought he was whistling at my chick. You know, I was one of those guys. So, and she was the same way. So, there was going to be no fraternizing, no fucking kicking it, no smoking weed anymore. So anyways, I'm kicking back at her pad one day, at her family's pad, and there's a knock on the door. One of her little nephews answers the door. He's like, hey, it's whoop-de-whoop. So I see this dude tatted down, like, automatically I'm feeling threatened. Oh, what the fuck you doing over here, eh? Right? Are you coming to fucking get at me or what? And so, oh no, I'm just here to see this chick and smoke a little weed. I guess he didn't know that me and her were together. He'd been locked up. He just got out. He's trying to, hey, I ain't mad at him. He was trying to slide in. I ain't mad at him, but I am mad at him, right? So I get at him, hey, nah, homie, that's my chick. Whoop de whoop. He was like, oh, my bad, bro. It's not like that. Hey, my name's whoop de whoop. I'm a Northern Rider. Now, one thing I could give him respect for is he didn't know if I was active, non-active. He didn't know about none of that shit. He was just like, I'm a Northern Rider. Now, up until that point, I had heard about Northern Riders. I had actually went to prison behind getting off on one, right? So I knew what time it was. But at the same time, man, that was his thing. We weren't in prison, eh? I was trying to fucking borrow $5 to get a pack of cigarettes. Come on now, man. The struggle was real. So he was like, I'm whoop-de-whoop, homie. Cool, right? Come to find out he's actually a decent dude, man. He was a rider, man. He was with that shit, but he kind of was solo bolo doing his own thing. So we started to be cool with each other. He would come around. He lived right around the corner, not too far from the pad I was staying at. So he'd come around every once in a while. He smoked a little yes guy, you know what I mean? Now I figured out that my chick had never been with him, nothing like that. He was just a family friend, and it was good. And, I could tell at one point in time, he probably wanted to hit it. Who wouldn't? She had a nice little guy, you know what I mean? So okay, I wanted to hit it, so I'm pretty sure he did. But he didn't, or maybe he did. One never knows, does one. So he was like real friend. And you know how like when you have a chick that's your friend, like you're really cool with her, you're very protective of her. You don't want nothing to happen. So anyways, this is what goes down. This is where it gets real Mickey tricky, cuz with this cat. Me and him started kicking it, man. I ain't even gonna lie, we hit a couple licks together, man. Me, him, and a couple other homeboys. I mean, shit, we was looking out for each other. Like I said, the shit was tough. It was tough out there, man. It was 2008-ish. So, man, you understand the economy had crashed, man. Everybody was losing everything. Motherfuckers was pissed. There was no jobs. Economy was all fucked up. Bush done tore us up, right? And I'm a conservative, and I'll say it, right? So shit was bad. So the struggle was real. Me and him started kicking it, and one day, man, he's off that dope, right? He's off that skunk. And I knew he smoked a little bit, did his thing, but I never really tripped off of he never acted too much different. He'd be wide awake and shit. But I had already told him, hey, I got my kid and shit. Don't come to the pad when you're on a good one, Hums. You know what I mean? Like, step out there in the streets and do your thing. And he used to do that. He used to be fucking just creeping on the streets and whatever. So one day he comes to the pad. He's on a twisted one. Well, me and my chick had argued. We had argued. Every time we argue, you know what I mean? She would jam to her mom's house and whatever, go chill with her sisters. I was used to it, bro. You know what I mean? I already knew it. The chick started. She had something going on. She's probably going to go cheat on me, whatever. See you later. Take the kids with you. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to wiggle. The wiggleization is real. So this fool comes knocking at my door and he's like, hey, what's up, fool? Let's go kick it. I know the slick. We can come up. And I'm like, come in. Usually I don't invite this cat in my pad, right? Now we had our own little pad. And usually I don't invite him in, but, my chick left. So size gang, you know what I mean? I'm on parole, let's say, right? So he comes in and he's like, oh, fool, where's your chick? And I was like, nah. And so in his mind, I was like, yeah, we got into it. In his mind, he thinks I put hands on this chick or something. He's like, oh, man, you didn't fuck my homegirl up, right? And I was like, what are you talking about, bro? We argued like we always argue. She jammed. She'll be back right then about 2-3 hours or tomorrow. It's all good. So I could see the way he looked at me. And previously, he had never looked at me like this, right? So I kind of stare back at him. I catch it, right? One thing about me is I'll catch it the way a person looks. I've just always been like, I'm a very paranoid person. So I catch any little thing. And then I run with it, right? So I catch him, boom, kind of staring at me. But he's on a good one, and I know he's on Scontis, so I'm like, whatever, man. His mind's playing tricks on him. So he's like, hey, let's go over here to my Hefe's house, right? His dad lived in the area, so that's where he stood. So bam, we mob over there. It's across town. Now, you got to understand, we're both non-active in Livingston, Holmes. Livingston is highly active, super active, right? Straight up Norteños, man, everywhere. But not a lot of people knew me from Levi's at that time. I'm from Merced. I just lived there, so... And he was actually from Turlock, so not a lot of people knew him. So I figured we could wiggle, right? But like, fuck it, Holmes. I was strapped up and ready. So I'm like, whatever. So we make it. No problems, right? Get to his Hefe's house. I'm sitting in the living room. And I had never got along with Jefito, man. We just didn't see eye to eye, man. I didn't condone some of the shit he was doing. He didn't like me. And well, it was what it was. Whatever. So I could see them arguing. His dad's like, hey, do that. Handle that shit, right? So he tells me, hey, fool, let's go on this bank, right? This canal bank. on the cuts, right? He's like, we're gonna hit this lick. So I'm like, all right, let's go. So as we're walking, he keeps like falling behind me, and I'm feeling something crazy going on, right? Like, what the fuck's this dude doing, right? And my phone keeps going off, and I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna turn this motherfucker off because it's blowing up. Well, we have a mutual friend who's one of my best friends. She's a homegirl, but she happened to be there at his jefito's house, was in the room chilling with this jefito or whatever, right? I didn't know she was even there. She never came out the room. She heard the conversation that they had. This fool was gonna whack me, right? I guess he thought I had put hands on his friend. In his mind, he went there to his dad's house, took me with him to get a piece, to take me out on the canal to smoke me, right? And she heard all this shit. And I was like, man, this is a tweaker house anyways. They be on some wild shit. They ain't gonna do nothing, right? So she's texting me. So I look down at the phone, and I can see he's looking nervous from the light because it's dark walking on this canal, right? And I look at the phone, and the homegirl's like, abort mission. Get away from him. Get away from him. That motherfucker's trying to do something bad to you. He's all spun out, right? So I know, man, something ain't cool, right? So I stop, and he's like, stops too, but he's behind me. And I'm like, hey, bro, why are you behind me, bro? He's like, no, we're going to go just right up here. I'm just trying to look out and make sure no one gets behind us, right? And I just turn around and I pull the pistol to him. I'm like, look, bro, keep on walking. Turn around and keep on fucking walking, eh? He's like, what are you talking about? I said, turn around and keep on walking right now, fool. So anyways, he does that. I get away, bam. A few days later, next day, my lady comes. I go home. A few days later, this fool comes to my house apologizing to me. Bro, I was spun out. I was on a good one, man. I said, nah, bro, you was going to kill me, bro. Right? He was like, nah, I really wasn't, but I was. Whatever. He's trying to give me an explanation. I'm like, get the fuck off my doorstep, Holmes, before I do something bad to you. From that point on, me and him weren't cool, right? From that point on, everybody knew. All my family, all his family, everybody knew that if I seen him, every time I seen him, I was going to smack him. I wasn't playing with him, Humps. That's how I felt. So anyways, we ended up moving to Merced. And the chick I'm with, her family moves in the same apartment building. And this fool used to come over and kick it with the family, but he never came to my pad, man. And they would be like, hey, whoop-de-whoops outside. And I was like, hey, homie, as long as he doesn't get in my vicinity or in my eyesight, then it is what it is. And I used to make sure and make it a point to go throw trash. And the rapper Pollo Loco at that time was living with me, man. Mike Hernandez, Pollo Loco from Darkroom Familia, Lowdown. He was living with me. So he used to be out there smoking weed with their family, talking about, hey, I'll go out there and smack some shit. I'll be like, nah, kick it, bro, kick it. So that's the homie. I knew him since we were kids. And whatever, right? So what happens with dude is everyone knows that there's a beef between us. I don't like him. He don't like me now. But nothing ever happens. You know, it wasn't that serious. It was kind of just like, man, fuck, bro, I can't believe you're going to do me like that for no reason because you're all fucking ganted out. So about a month later, man, I remember that day, the day I woke up, I was going to go to Frisco. I was going to go to San Francisco and I was going to take my chick. It was her birthday. We're going to go out there, spend the day in Frisco. My tia, rest in peace, my tia Lupe, a few family members, right? And phone's blowing up and he got smoked, right? He had gotten smoked in Livingston. I guess he was on his way to work. He had him a little job at Foster Farms. He woke up early in the morning and I guess he ran into some cats. The word on the curb is, man, like I said, it's an unsolved case, man. So I'm not going to put too much out there, but the word on the curb was, you know, some cats had told him, don't be walking around like that, Holmes, you're a dropout. And he chose to do what he does and they killed him. So anyways, I don't know who did it. No one knows. And that's what it was. It was a mystery. Everybody was wondering, like tripping, like who did it? Come on, man. You ain't got to be stupid or you know, to know. Intelligent, you know, anyone can see it. Ray Charles could see it. Somebody did it. Somebody of an active nature. But it was what it was. There was no bringing him back. So I remember I even went to his funeral feeling bad, like, fuck, eh? Because he was a good dude, man. He just had drug problems and he just, you know, he tripped out on me that one day, man. And ever since then, we just didn't see eye to eye. So anyways, this cat fucking, years passed, right? And he had a sister. And I ain't gonna lie, man, his sister used to look scrumdiddly-umptious bar, right? But I never really tripped off her because she was with a family member, basically. Like a friend that was almost like a family member. So I never really tripped, you know? But every time she used to come, she used to give me the little googly eye, right? I used to look at her like, okay, I see it. I see that little motherfucking shit in the back, you know what I mean? I can see it from the back. So it was what it was. I never thought about getting at her or nothing like that. And I was cool. I was cool with the chick I was with. I was just doing my thing. So years passed, man. Me and the chick are not together anymore. Time has changed, man. I'm living differently. And I go to chill with the homegirl, the one that actually texted me that was chilling at the dude's father's house, right? So me and her, that's one of my good friends to this day, man. We're kicking it. wiggling around, and we go out to one of her pad out in the country, and she was like, hey, fool. She's like, I'm going to invite this person. And I remember right when I got there, it was all high power, man. I walk in with her, and it's late, right? It's about 11:30 at night. And her homegirl's there with some cat. And I remember he's like, hey, fool, you active? I said, nah, I ain't active. What's up, bro? He was like, no, I'm just asking, hey. I ain't active either. I said, damn, bro, don't be trying to check people, bro. You don't know what I got on me. And so, man, I remember I was giving him the rundown. And anyways, some other dude ends up coming. This fool's fucking jams. He's scared. And the other dude's an active dude, but he's cool with me. He ain't tripping off none of that shit. Whatever, right? So I'm kicking back. And my homegirl gets a phone call, so she's like, hey, fool, let's go to the gas station and go with me to pick up the homegirl. She's at this dude's house. He's acting stupid with her. She wants to come over. So we go over there, and it's actually this chick, that the fool that got killed, his sister, right? And I haven't seen her for years, and she sees me. She's like, damn, fool, it's been a while. I was like, what's up with you? What's up? Oh. As soon as we get back to the house, gobble, gobble, right? Turkey, and it ain't even fucking November. So me and her are kicking it all night. It is what it is, man. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, damn, if I knew it was this good, I'd have left that chick a long time ago, right? And we're kicking it. And it's just a fling, a one night thing, I'm thinking. So she starts getting in my earlobe like, hey, we should get us a room tomorrow, man. And I'll wear whatever you want me to wear. And it's like, you know that shit, right? I'm like, wear the shortest shorts you have in town, right? And all this. So we hook it up for a hotel room. And I wasn't really tripping off nothing, like whatever. She wants to kick it, like, fuck, it's going to be a great day. So I remember the homegirl's like, hey, I'm busy. And this chick didn't have a car, nothing, right? And I remember I had drove into town and fucking, I was like, man, I ain't trying to fucking go all over the place because I had a rental, right? Go get this chick, man. I'm just, hey, she hooks, if she comes through, she comes through. If she doesn't, she doesn't. It is what it is. I ain't really tripping, right? So the homegirl's like, hey, she wants me to take her over to you. You just got to get the room and shit. But, I'll give her a ride, but I'm busy. I got shit to do, but I'll be over there a little bit later. So it's about 5 or 6 in the evening. I was like, damn, I don't even know why I'm getting a room. I'm like wasting my time. I'm only going to bone her for like 6 hours. Come on now. I need more than that. Acting like I could last, huh? So anyways, she comes through looking spectacular, right? And I'm not even putting 2 and 2 together that, I know that's the homie that died. I know that's his sister, but I'm not thinking she's tripping off that, right? And I catch it. Like I say, I catch everything. So the homegirl drops her off and she's like, all right, fool, I'll come pick her up. Call me when you need this bitch picked up. I was like, all right, cool. I was like, damn, that's what friends are for. The homegirl always comes through like that, right? She was a wiggler. And so anyways, chick is looking good. She comes up, those short shorts. I told you I'll wear whatever you want. All right, cool, go in the room. And I'm on the balcony smoking a frajo. And I see these vatos in a car sitting there, homes, right? And one of them gets off to light a cigarette. I'm not thinking nothing. I'm not a fucking weirdo that paranoid, right? So I'm not even tripping off of him. And I see another one. He goes in the trunk and he pulls out, not the trunk, but the back seat of the car. And he pulls out like a machete, homes, and he has it in his hand. That's a little different. This motherfucker got a machete. So I'm kind of looking like, what the fuck are these guys up to, right? And this chick, so I shut the door, we're in the room. I'm like, I tell her, hey, there's 2 fucking dudes out there with a machete and shit. Keep through, child, if you go out there to get ice, because you're going to be all warm right now. And she's like, yeah, I ain't tripping, and whatever. And she keeps getting these phone calls. She keeps answering. She'd get up to go to the bathroom. I'm thinking, oh, it's her old man or something, Because I'm not dumb. Come on now. I'm new to this, not true to this. I mean, true to this, not new to this. And so she comes out, and I'm like, I'm going to need to smoke another throw. It's been like about a half hour, right? We stayed, did nothing, man. We're just chopping it up. We got all night. So when I go, we're going to go eat. I'm going to take her to go eat, and then, bam, we're going to come back, and I'm going to eat, right? So as I go out there, now there's another carload of dudes that pulled up, right? And right when I walk out the door, they're pointing up at my room, and her phone rings, and I see one of the dudes on the phone, and I see her answer the phone, and she said, now. And I fucking took off like, oh shit, right? And she goes, where you going? I said, to get some ice. And I walked in, I'm already calling my homegirl like, hey, fool. This bitch set me up, right? She was like, nah. I said, hey, she set me up. Meet me at my tia's. Luckily, I had a tia that lived maybe 4 blocks away, right? Now, my car's there, but I don't have time to go get in the car, right? Because I see these cats. They happened to turn away. They didn't see me come out the room, right? So fucking, this chick is on the phone probably telling him, hey, he jammed. So I fucking went down, bent a couple corners, lost him, was able to walk through some streets, wiggle, get to my tia's house, called the homegirl, right? I'm like, hey, this bitch set me up. And she said, nah, she wouldn't do that, right? And so when I tell the homegirl, take me back on the cuts, man, I need to get my car. You know what I mean? Fuck that, I ain't going back to that room. I already know what it is, man. And I started thinking, I said, I wonder why she would set me up. What did I do? You know what I mean? Last night I was just giving her the fucking honey love. You know, I was boning the shit out of her. What happened? I thought he was going to be all good in the hood. Well, what had happened was this. Anyways, the homegirl takes me back. These dudes are still posted up right there, man. We wait for a while. They end up leaving. This chick actually comes down the stairs, jumps in the car with the dudes with the fucking machete and jams, right? I said, told you. My homegirl's like, damn, fool, she set you up. I'm going to beat this bitch's ass. So I said, hey, for reals though, you know what I mean? Let me find out what happened. Be discreet about it, but I need to know. I ain't going around this bitch no more, right? So what had happened was this. I guess this chick forever, all these years, had always thought that her brother got hit behind me, behind our beef that we had, which I had absolutely zero, nothing to do with that, man. You know, he just got hit on his own, you know, and it wasn't that serious. Put it like that. I didn't like him. And if I had a problem, I'd have did the shit myself, right? But it never got to that point where I was going to kill him. That Devonta wanted to get me. I didn't want to get him. But she always thought, I guess when we were at the funeral, because I noticed she didn't talk to me at the funeral. She was real. And I figured, hey, it's her brother. You know, I told her, hey, I'm sorry about your brother. But I figured, you know, she just lost her carnal. She probably just doesn't want to talk to anyone. So the whole time I was missing the point that she thought I was involved. So when she see me that night, of course she gave me a little honey love, right? Of course she gave it to me. Hoes got to eat too, right? Oh, she was swallowing, but the next day she realized, like, hey, here's my perfect opportunity to dust this dude. I'm out of the homeboys all tweaked out, get him. And they almost got me, man. So that's a situation where a brother and a sister, you know, almost got me. Almost came up short. You know, shit happens. People get their wires crossed. You know, I was able to identify, man, if I was all up in it, these fools would have came in with the machete, homes, they'd have did me like some vatos for Amara, right? I'd have been all chopped up. I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, damn, Gun, you done had a lot of shit happen to you. Well, I done put myself in a lot of bullshit ass situations. You know, what I should have been doing was fucking working instead of hanging around with the homegirl. And I usually never did that, but I decided, you know what? I'm gonna go chill with the homegirl one time. It's been a long time. And then met up with that chick, and then almost got my head chopped off. So see how one little thing that you do can take you on a whole fucking different path? That's why the best thing to do now, like my grandfather used to tell me, man, when the sun goes down, you have no reason to be outside there at night, man. There ain't nothing but drama out there. Take your ass inside. You know, take your ass inside. Anyways, that's the story, man. They almost unalived me. First the brother, I recognized that, you know, thank God for the homegirl. And then the second time, you know, I just happened to step out on that balcony at the perfect time because these vatos, they were trying to Jason my ass. Anyways, with that being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Man, Christmas is right around the corner. I hope you enjoy it. With that being said, move with a purpose. Do what you do, man. And remember, stay aware. Always stay aware of your surroundings, man. It's helped me many times, and it will help you, I promise. If you have that gut feeling something ain't right, it's not right. Facts. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive for what I honestly and truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. Make sure you go out there and get it, man. It ain't going to come to you unless you go see what it's about. The gun. Bang, bang.